So netiquette or net etiquette refers to a set of rules on how you behave online. Okay, so net meaning like internet, and then etiquette. Does anyone know what etiquette means? It's like, I heard it. Yeah, etiquette is manners. So saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, not putting your elbows on the dinner table. Those are things that are considered etiquette. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about things on the internet that you should and should not do. Okay? All right, so when should you think about etiquette? Texting, gaming, Google Classroom, emailing, commenting on Google Docs. Some of y'all are working on maybe in your writing class, giving peer edits, and then social media. What do you think it means to use etiquette on any of these kind of platforms? What do you think it means, Jocelyn?
Not like putting any inappropriate stuff, being mean online.
Okay, good. Not putting inappropriate things, not being mean. What else, Giancarlo?
Organic sportsmanship.
Okay, good sportsmanship, right? When you're playing online games. Good. What do you think, Everett?
Like for email, we don't want to send somebody a bad email.
Okay, all right. So we're going to talk about some things that you want to consider when you are being etiquette online. If someone is being unkind while you are online, what are some things that you could do if someone is being unkind? And then at what point do we consider those online things, Ginger? At what point do we consider those online things cyberbullying? Fisher, what do you think?
I think you should turn off the device and give it to your parents.
Okay, yeah, if you see something that you shouldn't see, definitely talk to your parents. All right, what else? Dia, what do you think?
Like on the Google Docs with you, you can make them a viewer where they can't text anything.
Good, yeah, in my class, we talked about when you're using Google Docs and you're peer editing, making sure you're leaving kind things to say and corrective criticism, not saying unkind things about somebody's work. Well, at what point, if someone's continuing to be unkind, when do we consider it cyberbullying, Javier?
When they say it multiple times and it hurts your feelings really bad, and they keep posting inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, if it keeps happening, that's the key. And like how you said, it happens over and over again. If someone says something unkind to you the first time, that's wrong. But are we gonna go ahead and say that's cyberbullying?
No.
Cyberbullying is something that's gonna continue happening over time. If there is a situation that is, like Fisher said, if it is something that you feel you need to go tell your parents, like if it is something inappropriate, if somebody says something that they're gonna hurt you or harm you in any way, then that is something that immediately you need to tell an adult, either your parents or if you're at school. That's something that you need to tell a teacher right away, okay? But it is generally something that happens over time, and it's continuing to happen to you, okay? All right, Giancarlo, just hold it for just a second, okay? All right, when someone is unkind to you, we call those people trolls. You've probably heard that term before, but I mean, it's a real term, and it's people who just for whatever reason do mean things, and it's just not right. But there are a lot of people on the internet, particularly in social media, that's what they do. They just think that because they are behind a screen that they can be a little bit braver and post unkind things and think that nothing's going to happen because of it. So the best thing to do is not respond and not comment back. Okay, if there's something unkind, just step away from it. Don't engage in that mean kind of behavior. Okay, instead, try talking, if you know that person, try talking to them face to face. Not having that conversation digitally, have that conversation face to face of, hey, that hurt my feelings. Okay? Because it's easier sometimes when you're, again, hiding behind that username to say something unkind. Okay? All right, remember that you want to treat people just like you do in real life on a digital platform. You want to treat them how you want to be treated, or even better, how they want to be treated, okay? Anything that you say or do on the internet, doesn't really go away ever. Someone can take a screenshot of it and it is saved forever. Dr. Swatamus Malpass can see anything and everything you do, and it gets saved forever on their end. Okay? So not everything is about being nice. It's also about being, when you communicate, being clear and considerate when you are emailing someone. Can you think of a situation where you want to be sure you're clearly saying something and you're saying it correctly? Xavier?
I think a good part is, this is my opinion, by the way.
Okay.
I think it's a good spot if, like, if you need to communicate correctly, and like if someone, like if your friend had a heart attack while you were with them.
So we're talking about digitally, like if you're emailing someone, not.
You would have to, like, spell correctly.
Okay, good. Using correct spelling is important. Very good. We're going to talk about some things particularly when you're emailing, but when you're using clear communication. So sometimes when you're texting your friends, it's okay to use emojis and like LOL, BRB, right? Using that texting lingo. That's fine with your texting your friends. Okay, I do that when I'm texting my friends. However, when it comes time to like writing your papers or sending your teachers an email, is that the time to use emojis or texting lingo?
Yeah.
No, you need to write out the words, Daniel. And you don't need to use emojis, okay? What about all caps? It makes you seem like you're yelling or you're angry. So I would avoid using all caps as well in your writing, because it can come across, depending on that reader, it can come across like you're yelling or you're very angry. Okay, so I would avoid using all caps unless you're doing something in your personal narratives. Like right now, we're all working on our personal narratives, and you're typing something and they are yelling, then that would be an okay situation to use all caps. Or if you're really excited, that would be an okay situation. But otherwise, I would just avoid that. The next thing, this one's big, is be careful when you're using humor, because sometimes it doesn't come across as humor when you're sending that, right? I might not read it as humor. Even though you intended it to be funny, it might not come off as funny when the reader is reading that. Okay, so you need to be really careful about how you use humor when you're sending something to someone. Okay, and then always reread before you send it. Okay?